Today I fucked up by promising a homeless man a meal and not being able to deliver it. I feel like absolute shit. I drove up to a homeless man on the corner and asked if he was hungry. He told me he wanted a quarter-pounder meal from McDonald's, so I said I'd be back in about 10 minutes. I went to McDonald's, ordered the meal, and well, my card declined. I had them run it multiple times and it wouldn't work. I know for a fact I have the funds, so I'm not sure what's going on. I even tried to ask for the meal for free and then return with payment later on because it was for a homeless man. They wouldn't do it. I went back to my car and called my bank. After waiting for 30 minutes, an automated machine told me to leave my name and number and I will receive a call back before the end of the day. It's been over 4 hours. Still no call. I tried to call them again. Same automated message. I've been feeling so guilty over this. I can't imagine how he must feel to have been promised a nice meal and have someone never show up. I know it's not my fault that my bank is absolute shit, but I feel like a bad person. I plan on trying to make it up to him if I see him in the future, but for now, I'm devastated and I'm sure he is as well. The worst part? When I was talking to him and told him I'd go get his food, he literally said, "You're coming back, right?" And I assured him I was. Too long did not read. Edit. Thanks to you, Bamboo Jungles, I was able to make the meal happen. Delivered it about 2 minutes ago. I'm sitting here in a parking lot just thinking about how there are good people in this world. It's funny because I'm not a religious person, but I prayed that a way would be found for me to get this man his food. I wasn't posting this to hope someone would send me money. At the time of this post, I already gave up. But hey, whether it was an answered prayer, or just the pure luck of someone with a good heart seeing this post, a man without a home was able to eat today. If you're willing to go back, I'll buy you a $10 McDonald's gift card so you can fulfill your promise. You're good people. I'm glad I read this, feeling kinda hopeless today, and the realization that there are still some good people out there made me feel better. I keep $10 McDonald's and Dunks gift cards on me most of the time. I live in a city with a high homeless, addict population and also work in the field, and it's very appreciated by the folks when they are hungry, but significant other allows them to be able to sit inside the establishment for a couple hours, charge phones, use the bathroom and so on. You could have gone back and explained it to him so he didn't think you were just cruelly pranking him. Your heart is in the right place, op. Reminds of this one time where a homeless guy tried selling me a used stamp to buy something to eat. I was going to give him all the change in my pocket and that came out to be 20 or less than what the stamp was worth. Very awkward silence when I told him to just keep the stamp. Today I fucked up by making my buddy realize his daughter is probably not his. Throwaway, since my buddy's girlfriend knows my Reddit. I don't even know how to start. But here it goes. Me and my buddy are both in our mid-20s and work as engineers for the same company, and we've known each other since high school and he's pretty much my best friend. We played a couple of rounds of CS tonight and we're talking via Discord. His girlfriend works as a nurse at the night shift sometimes. We usually use this time to game. The usual stuff. After the game we decided to take a quick break for a couple of minutes, so we did the usual chit-chat. We somehow talked about school and how both of us really never enjoyed their time there as we grow up. We had both been bullied for being nerdish back in our school days. My buddy said that he hopes his daughter, who is 3F, will have a much nicer time later in school, high school compared to him. It got to the point where we talked about all the unimportant stuff we had to learn while we were there. Well, for me, I've always disliked biology classes as I hated the teacher back then. I mean, really hated them. And I said jokingly to my buddy, trying to sound like my old teacher, "The only things my 6th grade biology teacher taught us are, mitochondria are the power plants of the cell, and, you can tell if ya mama cheated by your eye color." My buddy laughing at this point, "Really, the eye color?" And I said, "Yes, apparently." My buddy, "How?" Me, "Take me for example. I have blue eyes and so does my sister. Apparently blue eyes are what call a recessive gene. If one parent has blue eyes and the other has brown, there is only a small chance for your kid to be born with blue eyes. Well, my parents both also have blue eyes of their own. So it would be more than unlikely for me to have brown eyes." My buddy said, "The more you know," then paused for a second. Then he said, "Be right back. Gotta make sure's the little one goes sleep now." After that he returned roughly a minute later and I could hear him almost sobbing. Me and my girlfriend also both have blue eyes. But my daughter doesn't. It took me some time, but I could calm him down eventually. So after that we both spent some time googling away, but nope, blue eyes are recessive as I remembered. We found out that if both parents have blue eyes the ratio is 99% blue eyes and 1% brown or green, so highly unlikely. My buddy quickly disconnected from the call. I tried to text and call him. But he didn't answer until 30 minutes later saying he will call me soon. I stayed up all night telling my girlfriend to go to bed without me. The longer I waited I started fearing for the worst. I texted him again and again, he always answered he'll call me in a couple of minutes. At 5 a.m. he finally called me back and said that his girlfriend came home at 2:30 a.m. and asked him what's wrong. He told her he's not feeling well and will soon get back to bed. He waited until she was asleep to call me back. He told me he will take a paternity test behind her back to have something official to slap in her face. Then he started to cry and I drove to his place to pick him up and we went to a late-night drive-thru and grabbed something to eat. I've never seen my best friend like this and I feel like I'm the one responsible for crushing his world. He told that he wanted to propose to her on Valentine's Day. But that's off the table. I dropped him off 2 hours later at his place. He said he will call me tomorrow. Now I'm typing this out laying in my bed next to my girlfriend who slept the whole time unable to sleep. I can't shake the feeling that I destroyed my buddy's life. Too long did not read. My buddy and I were talking about 6th grade biology and found out while talking about it that he and his girlfriend both have blue eyes and his daughter has brown eyes. So he's likely not the father and I feel like I've destroyed his life by casual mentioning 6th grade biology. Where is that recent "Today I fucked up" post where the guy's wife left him because he asked for a paternity test because of similar circumstances? Test showed he was indeed the dad as well. Edit. Here is the reference post. It's rare, but it can happen. A childhood neighbor family had it. Both parents blue eyes, daughter brown, and that little girl was an absolute clone of her father. The whole dominant gene thing is an oversimplification, and doesn't reflect how many genes are actually involved nor how many ways they can interact with one another. I teach high school biology and I preface genetics with, "This is an oversimplification of how things work, for reasons like this." If you look up an eye color chart, there are so many different variations on colors. More than just brown, blue, green and hazel etc. The genes for eye color is more complicated than just two blue eye parents can't have a child with brown eyes because blue eyes are recessive. You foo, but not the way you think. You're messing around with something that extends far beyond grade school science and you're both wrong to be honest. You upset him over something that probably isn't true and if the girlfriend finds out about this and the kid is his, she's gonna leave him over this BS. Read this, scroll all the way down to, blue-eyed parents, brown-eyed child. Some people with blue eyes still have a 1 in 4 chance of producing a brown-eyed child with another blue-eyed person. Today I fucked up by not who with a girl who was drunk while I was sober. This happened yesterday but I've been dealing with the backlash all day today. Yesterday night me, 18, and a few friends decided to go to a house party that another kid from my school was hosting. There's a girl, Anne, that I don't really know well but has some mutual friends with me that was going too, and because of some rumors my friends had told me I knew Anne kinda liked me, so I was planning on talking to her. Also I am almost always the DD for these parties because I don't enjoy drinking that much, so it always just works out that I drive. After we got there and I had talked to a few people, I decided to go talk to Anne because why not? We were having a pretty good conversation and everything was going good, but she was noticeably intoxicated already. After a while we mostly went our separate ways for a few hours. She had been drinking this whole time too. At around 11 one of Anne's friends went up to me and told me that Anne wanted to hoo with me and I politely declined, knowing that she was drunk and probably even more drunk than when I first talked to her. I explained this to the friend too and said I'd love to hang out with her another time when there's no alcohol involved. I thought that was that and everything would be fine because I didn't hear anything about it the rest of the night. This morning when I woke up though I have a shit ton of texts from her friends saying how I'm a dick and a piece of shit for rejecting her and how I basically called her ugly. They are also saying since she liked me before that she didn't just want to hoo because she was drunk and would have wanted to sober. Even some of my friends have texting me asking why I wouldn't just hoo with her. I honestly thought I just harmlessly denied her for just that night because I didn't want to take advantage of someone drunk, and now I have a bunch of people mad at me. I still feel like I did the right thing, but maybe I should have explained it to her directly instead of just telling her friend. Too long did not read. I denied a girl who wanted to hoo with me because she was drunk and I was sober, and now all her friends think I'm a dick. Fuck her friends and fuck your friends. Call or text the girl yourself and tell her basically this. If she has more than 2 brain cells, she'll understand. If she doesn't, congratulations, you successfully dodged a huge fucking bullet. All you have to tell everyone is what you said here. You didn't want to take advantage of someone drunk. If they don't get that, they're morons. You did everything right. This is not a fuck-up. You did the right thing. Everyone around you is being stupid. Please don't let them convince you that taking precautions to not rape intoxicated women is a fuck-up. Better to have the short-term chatter from her friends versus a potentially life-altering incident of hooking up with someone in an altered state. You did the right thing, she was too drunk to give consent. Doing the right thing is not a fuck-up.